First of all, Dr. Spinks, Happy New Year. But it's not been such a Happy New Year for the hospital, has it?
Absolutely. It's got steadily busier over the Christmas and New Year. In my own practice, we had double the number of people contacting out of hours compared with last year. And so we're seeing very busy surgeries, and then that's going on to hospitals as well. Opal 4 actually means that you can't provide the full range of services, and there's a risk that people's safety will be compromised. And that's why the government's announced nationally that they're going to stop routine surgery and maybe also outpatients appointments right through January.
Because the prediction was it was going to be a really difficult period over the Christmas, the festive period. Were you expecting it to be just this bad, though?
I was very worried it was going to be. The reason being that we were already pretty much at full capacity before we got to Christmas. Plus, we've had this problem with flu in Australia, which we anticipated would come, and there was a spike in flu just before Christmas, and that's continued. And I suspect that's the reason why the government has actually bailed out at this point.
What about patients? So we've heard that non-emergency operations are going to be postponed or cancelled. Have you heard from any patients yet? Are they concerned?
I've had people worried that they're not going to be seen. People who've got appointments in January, particularly for outpatients, who are worrying that they're going to be cancelled. And simply, I don't know how they're going to manage this at the moment. And also, we don't really know what's going to happen after January, how we're going to catch up, because we're going to lose about 10% of the total capacity for this year just in that 1 month. How we get back to where we are now without actually increasing capacity, because we don't have that extra there, is a real puzzle.
And we've heard an apology from Jeremy Hunt today. Is that enough, though? Surely there's got to be some action.
Yes, and I've been calling for extra funding for the NHS for a very long time, and we desperately need that. He's acknowledged we need to tackle what's going to happen with funding in the future, but quite how he's going to do it, I'm still very unclear.
And do you think this is going to be a similar situation next year?
I'm afraid unless something changes, we're going to be in exactly the same situation next year. It will depend on it being a very, good flu season, shall we say, rather than a bad one for it to be better.